chill. It is MOTN Figured It Out, where you spend an hour or so with your boy Mike G, and he gets to talk about his number one thing in the entire world, 1/6 scale collecting. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight, because we got a special episode right here for you. Please let me know if I'm live. I'm unable to see. I'm unable to know. On my end, I can't test it, or can I? I can. Did I forget to bring my testing tube? I did not forget to bring my testing tube. Let's see. Because I'm gonna need this bad boy for reasons. Let's see. Make sure I am live. Looks like I'm live. Oh yeah. Mikey's live. We're live, baby. Probably getting some Mikeyception going on as I look for the pose that I want to do. Let's go. So tonight is a very special episode of MOTN Figured It Out, where I get to pose this bad boy, Magnus, the Hono Studios 1/6 scale Magneto comic book version. Let's get hype for our first figure unboxing and posing. Right now, I am looking up my pose that I'm gonna do. I think I have one figured out that I want to do for this guy. Figured it out. And we're gonna go ahead and unbox this dude and give you my thoughts. You can see my Cyclops and Wolverine are at the ready. It's gonna be a fun night. And I think I have the pose that I want to do. Yep, it's gonna be this one. Perfect. Perfect. Just make that bigger for my viewing pleasure. Where'd it go? That's the pose. Yeah, that's fine. So, introductions all around. This is MOTN Figured It Out, where we jump online, we jump on stream. This is a live stream, so anybody can join. And we talk shop, we talk figure collecting, anything from 1/6 scale figures like this one shown here, to 1/12 scale, like your average action figure that you grew up with a kid, even fig pins. I try to talk everything collecting and just give my 2 cents on the hobby, what I'm excited for. A lot of our episodes are about figures like this that have recently released, are figures that are upcoming soon. So I'm very looking forward to dive into this unboxing video. As you can see, I have some of the X-Men behind me, and this is kind of like my final for now figure that I plan on doing until they release a Storm or a Professor Charles Xavier or something along that ilk that will go with this quartet of superhero awesomeness. So before I break in, just a bit of background on Magneto. For me, he is my favorite villain outside of like Ra's al Ghul in Doctor Doom. I love the maniacal villain that you can sympathize with, and who can't sympathize more than with Magnus himself. So this is how this is going to go. We're going to spend the evening with this camera here, showing off kind of the box and the end result of my posing, and this camera here, I'm going to do some of the closer up shots, show it to the camera, and just give my thoughts on the figure. First overall impression of the box, I love that it's the comic book version of the character with, I don't know which artist that is. I would think Jim Lee, but no. But I like the X-Men across the side here. The kind of code name Magneto shown there, as well as that X there. Rotate the box here. Not much to see outside of the I'll just raise this up a little bit so you can see it. X-Men logo on the side, and on the back, image of the actual figure in all of its glory. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy open. I believe the first thing we have to do is remove this little cover. Let me just see if I can angle that a bit better. As you can see, if I flip this little part down, it gives me a Hono Studios image. And you flip this part up. Ooh, that's fun. And it gives you Hono Studios exploring playful collectibles with boundless possibilities. Hot Toys presents Hono Studios, a collective of distinct artists from the toy scene and the entertainment industry worldwide. The team embraces a daring and unconventional spirit that seamlessly transitions between welcoming new collectors, cough just drop, and engaging and exciting collaborations, creating innovative interpretations of characters from pop culture to celebrate their timeless appeal. Digging it. So let's go ahead and remove this top here to kind of get a look of the figure. Just kind of raise that up there. You can kind of see the box here for Magnus. What if I turn on this light? Will it just destroy everything? Oh, I have to plug it in. Plug it in. So it's a plug-in power supply here. Right. Just turn this light on. Woo! All the lights. All right. So nice little just standard shot of him. I'm gonna get this guy out of his box so we can get a closer look at everything he comes with. Just gonna grab that there. Ooh, that's pretty cool. You can see it comes with a little clamshell here. We're gonna use that later. And it comes with the classic X-Men #1 90s. I'm actually gonna get this book for this, but not this cutout version. Art by Jim Lee. So let's move this guy out the way. Move the box out the way. And let's focus on the figure. And if you're new to 1/6 scale collecting, you're like, hey, Mike, these guys are pretty big. Yeah, Magneto's a big guy. He's pretty tall. So we're going to go ahead and take him out of the clamshell here. Why am I doing it this way? There we go. Getting the camera and everything. So, ooh, look at him. First hand impressions. He's a chunky boy, bro. First hand impressions. He's a chunky boy. Look at that face spread. Hold on. We're gonna have some fun. But we gonna have us some fun. Look at that face spread. Grr. Let's take all this plastic off of him. Fairly easy removal of the plastics. Fairly easy. Never too hard. I believe I'm live. Even though it's saying 0 viewers. That's okay. It's a Saturday night. This will just be for me. And I'm going to go ahead and put his accessories over here. And just stand him up. Straight up and down. Just like that. For now. Until we want to get him posed. So I'm just going to set him like that. Let him chill. While I check something. Make sure we're still live. I just need to know. I gotta know what turns you on. Looks like we're still live. Just wanted to make sure. It's kind of quiet out there this evening for this episode. So, just gonna put Magneto. Uh-oh. He done fell. I already got ash on his coat. On his cloak. I'm gonna stand him like that for now. Wolverine got a little jostled. He's a tough guy. He's invested in what he does. So let's take a look at these accessories. First things first. What's behind here? Nothing, it's just like a first kit. So he comes with a couple of things. I'm gonna take these out. Alright, little hands there. Alright. This guy comes with a crotch grabber. So this is his base here. Kind of pretty standard base. Has Magneto on it. His name is his description. Just gonna put him. Just put Magneto down right here for now. He keeps falling. He keeps falling. So he's gonna put his base right there. And we're going to put the pole of his base here. Right? And put the little stick here. Which makes zero sense because he's a flying character. I thought they would have given him like a wrist grabber or something. A waist grabber. Doesn't look like it. That is interesting. Alright. We're gonna have to figure that out. He does come with a full array of hands. Like so. Like just gripping hands. Pretty standard fare. And he does this cool little whoosh whooshes stuff. It comes with these, which is pretty neat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this base to base. Lucky for me, I have the tools and I have the talent. So I'm gonna use a screwdriver to loosen up this base a little bit. See if it'll allow me to do it. Yep, just loosen it up just a little bit so I can work it. There we go. Perfect. So I can put that there. And that kind of changes the idea for the pose I wanted to do. Because if he's going to be, just put this here. If he's going to be on a standing stick, then he can't necessarily float. That is a dilly of a pickle. I have to rethink my pose for it to be a standing pose for now. So let's do that. Let's figure it out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a pose that best fits Magnus. That is a standing pose. Because all of his floating poses won't work with that particular stand, and that's okay. We adjust here at the Nerdiverse. You would think you'd have like a flight clamp or something. That is okay. Every single pose they have of him on the figure is him floating in air, which is insane. But this is how we do it. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look up a cool pose that I want our boy in. Something where he is standing. Let's see. What can we do? If you're watching this in the future, I just want to thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting this fledgling channel and what we do. Interesting. Let me just slow down. Slow down. There we are. That's a good one. We can go with that. Let's do that. I wonder if I can do it like this. Alright. Alright. Drop my knee. That's how you know it's going to be a good night. So, I'm going to do my best to work around this cape. See if I can get back in focus. Taking it back in focus. There we go. This light is killing me. It's pulling me all the way out. So maybe I can... Nope, it just jacks up the shot. Okay. Let's just do that. So I'm going to try to pose him in a cool way. So I'm going to put his head down about here. Twist his torso. I'm going to... Oh, these wires are nice and tight for his cape. So I'm going to take his bicep here. I'm going to tuck it behind his... I'm going to turn his forearm. I'm going to tuck his arm behind his back. Like this. Like he's regal or something. Like that, right? And I want him to have the big pauldrons like in the animated series. In fact, I'm going to have his arm hold his cape. Like this. And I'm going to tuck his arm behind his cape. Like that. And I'm going to flare out the pauldrons for this one. And bring this arm up. Like this. Like about there. Looking menacing. I'm going to flare out his cape to be kind of like billowing to the side here. And then I'm going to use this part of the cape to curl it up. And see if I can get a nice little fold going. Nice little flips and folds. Futs it, as it were. Futs it as much as I can. You know, like, I'm just kind of curl it. See if it's flowing in the wind. But also give it that giant pauldron. Spread his legs out a bit. Give him more of like a menacing gape. Going him like kind of lifting up like this. Oh, that looks badass. So let's lower this here. Put him like there. Oh, that looks sick. So I'm gonna just push up his suit here a bit. I'm going to put him like this. Just a little bit. Just kind of holding him. Bit. So cape is caping, which it is. Hold it just a little bit. Bit. Maybe tuck him just a little bit like that. Square him off. And last but not least, rotate him a little bit so you guys can see. as an instant first pose. And the cool thing about this thing is that it comes with a base like the Wolverine has back there. You can actually put a comic book inside the Magneto. It's going to be this comic here that I showed off last week. Right now, just to show off the system. Now, mind you, if you have an actually really good comic, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Because the one thing I don't like about this system is that you have to actually put the bare, like, condomless comic in here. Speaking of condomless, drops of Dutch. What you do is you just slice this bad boy here, push it a bit. Perfect. It's hard as hell. That looks super clean. Right, chat? It has been a bit of a quiet night, so definitely wanted to do this unboxing and posing video of Magneto. I'm happy with this pose. I'm going to probably futz it a little bit more. Maybe have him looking directly forward like that. Even though I think the head tilt to the side is much more menacing. And I may mess with the cape a bit more. But overall, I like this pose. And I think he's going to look great with the other X-Men I have. And I think I'm going to call it there. I think I'm going to just make this a nice little short and sweet episode for this evening. I want to thank everyone who will be watching this episode in the future. Please comment. Let me know what you think of the figure. I think it looks excellent, especially in league with the Wolverine over here, as you could see, and the Cyclops there. So I have some posing to do, and I'm probably going to set up final pictures of this and post it online so you guys can see what my final together pose is going to be. I've of course been your host, Mike G. This has been MOTN Figured It Out for this quick special episode. I hope everyone has a great